children.
I'm gonna do the whole video like this. Like anonymous. You got your mic on this time?
Yes.
Not like last time?
There's only one time.
So tell us about your night. You drank a lot, then you went home and drank some more and played video games?
Yeah.
And that's why you're 2 hours late for today?
Exactly.
Did you ever make it to go buy more beer?
I did.
That-
I got my
Then drank the
priorities
beer.
straight.
So, welcome to this special episode.
It's a very special episode.
We're not really profiling any drinks, any samples, and we're just going to sit and talk about how things are going and what the future is, and that way to include Cody.
What's the aroma
And-
on that coffee you got there?
We
It's kind of a...
ended up having a rough night because we don't normally, but we ended up filming 5 episodes, and one of them was a versus, so 6 samples last night. And then we started talking afterwards.
And had
Yeah.
a little bit.
And so you had a really bad morning and showed up 2 hours late, yet the first thing you do is pour another drink.
The hair of
So-
the dog.
So
What
we're
is
going to
that?
talk about
Teachers.
Oh.
we're going to talk about getting you some help and drinking responsibly.
Yeah, because there's not near enough time in the day to play video games.
It's true. It's true. I say we use the tough love teaching method with him like he was wanting us to do. We make him chug the bottle right now.
I think that we should
I
send
think
him
so.
and that dog.
Yes.
Okay, so we're 20 episodes into this venture.
Then
20 in the can and 12
they will
published.
all be published by the
We
time this
have-
one's published. So.
Yeah, you're right.
You'll keep thinking of the now tense. You need to think into the future.
Future.
So we have 20
I
episodes.
live in the now.
You live in fairyland. We have 20 episodes. We're into this, and kind of had a little deviation as we progressed. We titled this Bourbon and Booze, which we were going to do the bourbon family and lots of other booze. And so far, we've only done 2 videos
That
That
aren't
aren't
that
bourbon.
are of the bourbon family, which is odd because if you look behind us,
There's a lot of other
there
things.
is a ton of other stuff.
Stuff.
So one of the things we're going to do is,
Kind of mix it up a little bit.
Start adding.
So we did go from 1 episode a week to 2, and that seems to have been pretty cool. And so we're talking about doing 3 episodes a week.
I don't know if our super fan can handle it.
I know, right?
We do have a super fan. The goal is to get to 5 episodes a week, right?
I don't know for a while. But
Not for a
yeah.
while. If we want to buy more alcohol, we have to do 5.
And those 5
Yeah.
episodes may not all be alcohol.
Right, because we're
Right.
talking about you doing some cooking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a little bit, a few of these episodes where we're just sitting around and chit-chat and talking.
Chatting.
After our marathon yesterday, we stayed up talking about a lot of stuff we want to talk about. I don't remember any of it.
I can't remember.
Lightweights.
Mm-hmm.
So what were
So
we
what
talking
did we
about?
talk about?
Y'all
Gordon?
agreed with every point I made. Y'all are just like, yeah.
Yeah, we did agree you're an idiot.
No.
Yeah.
You're not very good at
And I don't know why you keep wanting
have-
to call yourself an idiot, but we have to agree.
I did not say. Y'all were really hammered then. Y'all agreed that the moment the channel starts making money, I get all the money. That I'm a genius. You just
So-
gotta trust me on this one.
Yeah.
So far, we've done 20 samples. We did a double sample, and then we also a versus. So that's 21. Plus we also have the Bordeaux. So that's 3 in there. So we're at about 25 different tastings. Of the 25, which is your favorite?
It's hard to.
Arctic Velvet. Or Scotch.
I would think for my new everyday is I like this Teachers.
The Teachers. Do you like the Teachers because it's something that you just like to enjoy and taste, or because it's a handle?
Because it's a handle, I can enjoy it.
Oh, I've been demiked.
Mike failed.
And I think I like it because it's a pretty decent blended Scotch, and it's not really super expensive. I mean, the handle is like $35.
I didn't put the price
But
on my notes here. I thought it was under 30.
no, it's like because I bought one for my very own.
And yet you're drinking mine?
Yeah. I was gonna bring mine up and switch it with yours because I think mine's lower.
I actually haven't been down to your place in a couple months. I think I might have to go down there.
I think this is my favorite out of the not ridiculously hard to find and expensive.
Yeah, and I agree. Both points. I like the Arctic Velvet. Of course, I'm very
I think
biased towards it, but I also like the Monkey Shoulders.
The yesterday, what would you try? Not the white pearl.
Oh, the Andalusian.
That stuff was.
I liked it.
And
the pearl or the white?
Both.
The white.
But I like the white more.
And it was, when you see the video, it's kind of a mind thing, because it's a whiskey, but it doesn't really have a whiskey.
Okay. And I like the rubber and oak from Andalusian too. So far, I haven't really been disappointed with the Andalusian.
Yeah, we haven't really.
Arctic Velvet, Monkey Shoulders. There's a couple that I'm disappointed in the sample, but I'm enamored by the bottles.
Yeah, the King's Creek was a little disappointing because it's not a bad whiskey. It's just for that price point.
Yeah.
It just didn't. It seemed like it should have been cheaper.
Yeah. In fact, as I'm looking through this, looking through the past episodes, and I would say, I would agree with you. I think King's Creek was probably the most disappointing. Not that it's a bad whiskey, it just didn't meet the expectations I was going to have for it. The other one that I thought was the most unimpressive was the Ace's High.
Yeah, I was going to say the Ace High. It was kind of like...
But isn't that a fairly...
It was just kind of a generic...
Yeah, it's a $10, so it was fully expected. And I think we decided in that video that would be a good thing to have as mixers. But...
For the price, I mean...
It's not that I wouldn't buy it, and I did buy it, and I'd probably buy it again. It's not that I don't like it. It's just, of all the ones we've sampled, it was the least...
It was kind of like...
favorite.
You can't do this here in Texas, but like in Arizona, you can buy booze in the grocery store or the Walgreens or whatever, and they all got their store brand. And some of the store brands, I mean, they're all cheap. Some of them were not too shabby for being as cheap as they are. So that Ace's High was kind of like, to me, just like a...
But now, Ace's High actually isn't our lowest rated. It was a 3-barrel, which the vast majority of what we've done is 3 barrels.
Was our
Kentucky Gentleman. Which makes me question how we rated that, because you and I both like Kentucky Gentleman.
Well, was it a 2.5 barrel?
He liked it too.
It was a 2-barrel. It was a straight 2-barrel. So maybe we just misbarreled that.
And I don't know what...
Or thinking it should be higher or lower?
Thinking it should be higher, but I don't know. I might rewatch the video and see.
Well, it's not bad on flavor and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that it's nice and cheap, and you put it at a
True.
5-barrel cost because it's more than 750 milliliters.
And it seems
So
to
Yeah,
be
that
that
was another thing. It was a
we also
bucket
do
of booze.
more than one video at a go, so we might have had something really good before that.
So what we did with that was, we did the Prohibition 1920, the Reverend Oak, and the Bullet.
Yeah, so the bullet is really good.
And the Reverend Oak was really good. So the Bullet we rated at a 4.5 barrels.
That was the first one we did.
That was the
right?
first one. The Reverend Oak at 4, the Prohibition 3.5, and the Kentucky at 2. So we're slowly getting lower. And I think Bullet probably wouldn't make the 4.5. It was our very first one. So that might be some issues.
And also the Prohibition, you gave it a bonus barrel just for the
bottle.
the sweet bottle, so
That's true. So the Prohibition was probably a 2.5, or at least a straight 3.
yeah.
I think you gave it a half-barrel bonus because of the bottle, because the bottle's real nice.
So how are you enjoying this whole
That's stuck back there.
experiment?
I think it's fun. It's, as we were talking last night, it kind of gave me I approach drinking whiskey completely different now,
Yeah.
because before I just have me some whiskey, and now I'm like
Starting to rate it.
rate it and stuff, and it's
Well, you're spending more time smelling it, and
And we're enjoying the
Tasting
flavor.
true. I mean, I've been drinking bourbon and whiskey and scotch for so long, but even I have started thinking about it.
So in
Yeah.
short, this show has started to turn us a little bit snobbish.
Yeah.
yeah, we're becoming, because I always drink my whiskey like
Pick your
this.
pinky out.
But I think we're still really appreciative of all whiskeys.
Yeah.
I mean, we've never come across one we wouldn't buy for our bar.
Not
Well,
yet.
even those bad ones where
Well,
it's just
actually-
like burns the whole way down. You're just like, I gotta get another one of these to mess with my friends.
When I say we haven't bought one for our bar, I don't think I'd buy an Islay for my bar.
By
It's
what?
like-
Yeah,
Oh, but that's just your flavor
Yeah.
preference. It was for him. He loves it.
Yeah.
right.
Shieldag Islay,
Shieldag.
but it's very peaty and smoky.
Smoky.
It's more of the smokiness, and if that's the kind you like, I mean, it's probably like perfect for you because it was extremely smoky and peaty.
And
Not
it's
as much
reasonable price
as
too.
the
It's under
teachers,
the
but-
$20, and it's like if I had a lot of people that like Scotch, and I wasn't quite a Scotch guy, I would maybe get that just since it was so inexpensive to just have on the bar. So if somebody comes over who wants to enjoy a glass of Scotch,
Yeah.
you'd have it available for them.
Anything else that you've changed or learned?
Yeah, I've changed a lot. I've been buying a lot more whiskey than I.
Well,
A lot more variants.
You
too.
fell into that trap of the whole whiskey of the month club,
Yeah.
where I spend a ton of money on my trips
Yeah,
buying local stuff. I just got back from England and Canada and bought way too much.
You weren't even out of the continent before you bought 2 bottles.
Yeah.
but the thing is also, it's like yesterday when we were at Total Wine, and we're just looking at the whiskey section, and there's just like,
So many.
you don't even know what, it's like,
Yeah.
it's daunting.
Yeah.
Well, and then I went and bought my old standby Ancient Age, which, I in hindsight, I probably should have not and picked something up new to sample, but
Well, we haven't done Ancient Age yet.
That's
Even
true.
though it's been in the first video where you're like, we're just in your introduction video, you were drinking Ancient Age, but we haven't rated it yet.
true.
Which Ancient Age is pretty good.
I think we've learned a lot about video making and editing. I, have a long history of editing videos, almost 20 years, but this has been challenging. in the course of our 20 videos, there's been lots of changes, like with the background, the lighting, some sound issues, and now I'm starting to drop new elements in. And for some really bizarre reason, we decided to include his mug.
Yeah, I think
That was
your idea.
I was gonna say that we really haven't had any disasters, but then you brought that up. So.
Yeah, because I know the first, dozen or so videos, the focus has always been on us, but this has been a partnership between the three of us.
And unfortunately, he drinks a third of the whiskey.
And only buys a tenth of it.
Hey.
Well, did you buy one bottle so far?
And he took it home.
Yeah?
Oh, jeez.
I was going to take this one home, too.
He's come up a couple times to get some for some of his experiments.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I thought you came up and got...
I have my own Kentucky.
Bullet.
I didn't get bullets right there.
Oh, I thought you borrowed some bullet.
No, I was thinking about trying bullet when we actually make a recipe.
Yeah, because he's planning on doing a recipe.
Kentucky Gentleman does it, but bullet has a whole lot more flavor than Kentucky Gentleman, so I think it would add to it more.
What are some of the challenges that you've had with all of this? Either one of them.
Trying to get my camera lined up every single time. It takes like 10 minutes just to get it.
Trying to come up to the general discussion video after making 5 videos the day before.
And then, for some reason, instead of going to bed because it was midnight, staying up, drinking more, and playing video games.
Yeah, that wasn't like the best
decision you made.
Yeah.
We probably need to do a blooper reel and drop in all of Andy's weirdness and bad decisions, like introducing a new sample for us and not researching it.
That was hilarious.
That was Knob Creek, I believe.
And apparently, hopefully, one of the best videos.
Lots of challenges like researching and difficulty. Finding some of the things for the video has been challenging for me. Taking pictures of the bottles and making PNGs of them, or finding PNGs. Finding information, like there's one company that we have done a couple samples from, the North Texas Distillery, and they have zero information about their products.
Well, that's like the Ace's High. There was
nothing.
The only thing I got was off the bottle. I looked everywhere and there was nothing. So yeah, sometimes for the research, it's like what's on the bottle.
Right. We've lost a few videos and had to redo them.
Oh darn.
Yeah. Like the Kings Creek and
Silver Star.
The Texas Silver Star. We had to redo.
And it was just terrible that we had to drink more whiskey.
Also, the research department on the
Bordeaux
wine video was...
That was actually a really fun video with Bree as a guest.
And I think my research would have been...
better. I think the most challenging part of all of these videos has been the constant interruptions of the livestock and animals.
Animals and stuff. Chicken outside the window.
The amount of editing that I do. And then my cough for the past probably 2 months has also been pretty bad. But editing out animals, birds and dogs, has just been really consuming. And sometimes there's no way around it because they'll start barking and we'll forget, or they'll start crowing. Or we had the coffee pot go off once. We had the dryer running.
It was a washing machine that was like...
Yeah. and we don't actually notice it until it's too late, and then...
It's kind of like, because it's an everyday noise that you're kind of used to just drowning out.
And if we stop until things quiet down or whatever, we forget where we were
at.
We're like, what talking about.
What were we doing with this?
Forget a category. Redo a category because you forgot a category.
Yeah, there's one episode that we completely skipped a category on. Can't remember what it was, but it was the flavor.
And that's
it was a
another
recent
thing
one.
that's kind of like evolving a little bit is the categories, because I mean it's a little bit easy if you're just doing whiskey.
The bourbon family, yeah. But now that we're starting to think about doing the big hard one, the more difficult alcohol that we're going to do is some vodka.
And vodka is
It's supposed to be flavorless.
Yeah, so
So that's going to be difficult. We have some gins I think will still fit in there. Tequilas will probably still fit in there. And rums. But any wines that we do doesn't work in that system. And the vodkas, now, I don't know, we're going to be doing vodkas, flavored vodkas. So it'll be fine, but
Flavored type vodka.
in general, it's not supposed
yeah.
to. So we do have some issues with our rating system, but for now it seems to be working for us. We'll just have to revisit it down the line.
Yeah. And then we did kind of switch it around a little bit of where we started, and we adjusted the bite more towards the end.
Right.
Because we were discovering that that's when after you drank a whole glass, that's kind of when you wanted to.
Yeah. You want to know afterwards.
Because on most alcohols, when you first try it, it's going to have a little bit of a bite, but some will mellow out and you'll not notice the bite at all by the end of the glass or halfway through the glass after a couple of sips. I was giving Alex some of my apple brandy, and she's like, "Does this mellow out?" And I'm like, "Yeah." After a little bit, you don't even notice that it's alcohol. It's just apple flavored. Pretty good too.
And some of the changes we did were because of comments. Like, probably the number one comment we've had so far, and there's one of our followers named Shaggy, the first one pointed out, it'd be nice to have the rating system on our screen.
Yeah.
So after we got a couple of those comments, I popped that in. And then Superfan contacted me to say the same thing.
Should we mention who the superfan is?
Nah. We have a superfan. We actually have two superfans. One is my wife. She's probably our biggest promoter. And I can't go to her work without being accosted by the people there about the next episode and stuff.
Technically, we have three. One of them's usually sitting over there laughing at us.
Oh yeah, because we do have Alex come. Can't get her on camera when we want to, but she comes to every thing.
Yeah.
So what's our future?
More drinking.
We're gonna
Wardrobe changes for Andy. Hearing aid for Andy.
What?
It's just going to be a running thing, isn't it?
So we're going to expand into other alcohols in the next episode or two. We're going to start really mapping out. Right now we've only been kind of figuring out our samples about a few days before we film. We've been looking at the bar. Cody's gone to the store and gotten one, and you try to get one. But
And you brought quite a bit
I
back
brought a
from.
lot. And I just placed another big order with Arctic Velvet to Italy.
And the thing is like you came back. We missed like 2 weeks from filming.
Yeah, almost 3 because I was sick. You got
And
sick.
then you got sick. I got sick. And
That's one of the reasons that we film for a week, so we do have that leeway. But as we expand to now 3 a week, hopefully soon, and then eventually 5, it's important that we keep that up.
yeah.
And since we both have week jobs, weekends is the only time we can do it. We're looking at a new camera. This camera that we're using isn't really ours, and it limits us to 20-minute segments, so that's why
There's a phone.
it's choppy. Yeah. We have my video camera that's right behind me, but it's kind of iffy. It stops every once in a while.
And
So-
I got the GoPro, but the GoPro isn't really good for making.
Yeah, one of the last episodes we did, we used the GoPro to get Cody, and it was just too wide.
Yeah, it's more of a wide angle type
So
of
we switched to
action.
this one, but this one I think in the last episode dropped out on us.
Yeah, we have no idea until we start editing.
And it is it was our primary camera to begin with, and it was doing that. That's probably why we lost the Kings Creek, or had we already switched?
We had already switched Kings Creek. We only did like the first 2 or 3 episodes on that one before you did that one, I think. Maybe it was 6, but I don't even think. No, I don't even think that we recorded a single real episode.
Might be.
It was your intro talking episode recorded with that.
You kept talking.
And then you went with the new one on the first real episode, number 1.
Yeah, the camera we're using is really good. It just doesn't do more than a 20-minute video,
Segment.
and it's not really ours, so...
And we can't plug it into power.
Right.
So
we got a couple cameras that we're looking at. Cody's working at the barrel top and the barrel, and then we're just waiting for
I'm working on
Boy Will to get his stuff, or Andy to get his stuff. You should edit that out, huh?
Yeah, I tried to, but all the Christmas stuff was in front of the door, and I couldn't even get to my stuff.
He didn't hear what I said, did he? So we're trying to get your stuff out of the studio so we can start working on the studio. Because we got some pretty good ideas. And we're running out of liquor space. I actually have a stack of bottles right behind you on the floor. The cabinet's full.
I think Cody took them to his house yesterday.
I took the one bottle
I saw
that I
him
said
take
I
a
was
whole
going to use
box
for cooking. You could take your bottles back, though I think you should leave some of them with me. For
Your birthday?
science purposes.
Science. 'Cause science.
Yeah, because science.
One of the difficulties I just realized that we're having too is it's difficult to keep up multiple platforms. The blog is falling behind. I've written a couple things, I've shared a couple things, but I try to just put the video in there. And I think I'm fairly far behind on the video. So by the time this one comes out, it should be updated. But a lot of it's because I'm sick. I have other projects that I'm doing besides this, and I can't even do those because of my voice.
Yeah, and I'm like, not really a wordsmith. You probably figured it out watching these.
Wordsmith.
I thought you were fabulous.
I am fabulous, but I'm not a wordsmith. And so it's hard for me to, like, I haven't even posted anything on the blog because for like a 2-sentence blog post would probably take me like a half hour.
Me too. I'm not good with the
Yeah, I am definitely a 2-finger. That's when I'm really fast. Most of the time it's just the one.
Or you're
the one.
constantly arguing with Siri. You're like,
Oh,
Siri,
yeah.
say this, type this. She's like, all weird stuff. Like, stop using Siri. She's gonna get you killed.
It's supposed to, Siri's is supposed to learn and recognize your voice, but she's like, I don't even know who's saying that.
The last text you sent to me from Siri didn't make no sense.
You know, it screws it all up. And the thing is, too, it'll say what you said, and then when you push send, it changes it to what it thinks you should say.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the heck?
Some of the other things that we're planning on is, my wife's headed to Italy, so she's picking up our order from Arctic Velvet. But we're going to go to Colorado this summer and probably look at some of the local places. And I think the three of us, and maybe Alex included, are thinking about doing like Andalusian and Garrison Brothers
down
and
Central
Texas Silver
Texas.
Star and TX and some of the local Texas places, and just spending a few days traveling. We've always talked about doing the Bourbon Trail. I've done half the Bourbon Trail in Kentucky.
I only did the Bourbon Trail in the liquor store.
I don't know about taking Cody to the
The
Bourbon
bourbon
Trail.
aisle.
Yeah.
Don't know about taking Cody to the Bourbon Trail.
Why?
We never get him out of Evan Williams.
Or, all the other places.
So it's been pretty fun. I've enjoyed it.
I have to.
And I think that we have a bright future. We just need to come up with a clickbait gimmick Maybe you in a bikini or something.
Oh,
so
please
we can
don't.
get
No,
more.
we don't want to blind our followers.
Trying to get some more subscribers.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I'd like to see more views on the page.
Well, actually, we're getting a lot of views. We had because I just got a report the other day, but our views are way, because everybody's watching everything. So in YouTube, most of the time when people watch a video, they're only watching the first 5-10 minutes of a 20-minute video, or the first 25%. And so your viewership compared to your hours watched is not equal. Our people are watching the entire thing. Our viewership is, in fact, let me go ahead and pull it up, because I was completely blown away by this. Let's see. So this is just dated for April. We had 8 uploads of a total of 977 minutes watched.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nearly 100% watched. We had quite a few shares and quite a few likes. Our comments aren't as many as I thought it would be. What's important to us is not the likes. I mean, likes are really nice because it knows what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
People are liking, so that's cool. The shares are really cool because that gets
Other
more and more
people.
people out. But the subs is what really defines the growth of a channel.
Mm-hmm.
And so our sub count is it exploded on day 1 and day 2, and then just leveled
It's
off.
just flat
And
now.
so we want you guys to start sharing this with as many people as possible and promoting it, because we really do want to. We enjoy this. We'll probably do this even
No
if we only
matter
had
what.
one sub, super fan. But it's just something we like. But we think that people like this, and so
Yeah,
Well-
I think more.
Having more subscribers and views can allow us to grow faster, whereas
Right.
if we're having to grow at our own pace, never being enough subscribers to be monetized, it will take longer.
Yeah.
And it may have to only be
well,
one
and we've
episode a
talked
week.
about doing Patreon and stuff, but I don't think that. Other than it would be nice to have money to buy the alcohol.
Yeah,
that
that
we
would
can
kind
see.
of take a little burden off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not really in this for the monetization money. That's always just a nice thing. We're doing it just for the hobby. But I was just completely blown away that, I have some other projects out there, and my viewership versus view time isn't even close to what we have. And I have a lot more subs on some of my other projects. So this was really impressive to me.
And I think if more people would share and people started watching, because when the videos come out, I usually watch them a couple times just to kind of like
I said that.
critique my, performance or whatever, and think about whatever. If I don't want to keep saying all the time.
That's me.
And I think they're pretty enjoyable. I mean, I haven't had a cringe moment yet watching them.
Oh, I've had tons of cringe moment as I'm editing it, going, that can't go in there.
That could
We're
have
gonna
been
get
from the
sued.
fifth-
Edit this out.
That could have been from the 5th video last night.
Yeah, a few.
There was some very cringe-worthy. But there's also times I'm editing that I can't stop laughing. The Knob Creek comes to mind. That's just still very funny to me.
Yeah, because that was the first time we did a 4th episode, right?
No, I just think it was an episode that Andy just completely lost control of what he was saying. That was his choice, or his selection, and then he had no knowledge of the alcohol whatsoever.
There was a reason why.
Because we had done 3 episodes, and we're like, we've got it all set up. Let's just do another one. Sure,
No,
let's do
that's
Knob
some-
Creek. Set it there, and we're like, I have no research on this.
It was when we were trying to get the new well shed switched over. So I was working all week, and then on the weekend I was working, and it was like tired, and I just like I kept putting it off, and then the bottle was right in front.
And you're like, fun fact, let's read the back of the bottle.
Yeah, that's not gonna be the last time that happens.
No. Probably will happen today. We're not even doing an episode of it, so this. So it's been lots of fun. I hope you guys have been enjoying the journey we're on, and those of you super fans, and we have quite a few, stop texting us. Just put it in the comments below. Share it.
Yeah, because I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, I got a call the other night from one of our super fans and talked for a while. And I'm like, put those comments in.
Yeah, he texted me and said he wanted to talk, but it was when I was sick, and I was like, okay, I'm going to bed. And then he usually works
I mean, they're 20 minutes.
night shift,
Yeah.
so.
You like that?
I had to refill my
What are you?
coffee.
What's that one?
The Gibson's rare.
Gibson's finest.
Are
This
we
is
still
definitely
recording?
coffee. Yes.
So let's challenge ourselves with.
Trying to do 10 episodes in one day.
Let's each come up with a challenge that we're going to do in the next episodes to try to better things.
Not eat
I'm
chicken
going to
while
try to look
recording.
at the camera more.
Okay. So I like how you said you're going to look at the camera ones, but you're looking at the monitor instead. Where's the camera at? Where is it? There it is. There it is.
Behind you, isn't it?
It's right there. Look at that camera.
Yeah, but it's
We
kind of
were
when
in
I
our
look.
6th episode when you finally realized there was even a camera. You didn't even realize we were making videos.
Yeah, I thought we were just testing whiskey. I was like, and then next thing you know, it's like, hey, look at this on YouTube. And I'm like, that's me.
I'm here and there.
That's
What?
amazing.
How's that happen? That guy looks just like me, and then you started talking to the guy on the TV, and we're like, that's a TV.
Hey, dude, you're looking good.
How you doing?
What?
Yeah, the challenge is to get Cody to actually squirt bourbon out of his nose.
So that reminds me, is there any funny things that we've
Please
done so
no.
far that you really like? Because my favorite was when you did a sample,
Oh, and it went down the wrong throat.
and you're like, that's really smooth, and then it's like,
yeah, that was great.
it was funny. That was probably the Knob Creek too.
May have been.
Yeah, that was.
I tell you, I couldn't stop laughing through that whole video as I was editing it. And there's so much I took out because I'm trying to keep these right around 15 minutes.
10 to 15.
Yeah, 10 to 15.
I think that's a good time because.
Yeah.
Now this one's probably going to be close to an hour.
Yeah, but you know, you watch some of my favorite YouTubers, and they'll do just a sit down and talk and chat,
Yeah.
and they're usually a lot of.
And I hope we do this every so often.
20 episodes.
And then when we get more subscribers, we can do a question and answer.
Yeah. Q&A.
If they make
It's like
comments.
the big question will be, it's like, why did you put Cody in front of the camera?
Probably.
The big question is, how is Andy even possible? I thought hobbits died out years ago. I said that because you're so small.
It comes in pints.
You're tiny. You're so little.
Except for Alex.
Look, he doesn't know that he's little.
Alex
I'm
is
about
like this tall.
I'm about the same size as that guy who does that show, Bourbon and Booze. I see it on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
We're about
He
the
does
same
look
height.
very similar to
And
you.
you wear the same clothes every episode too.
Yeah, you do wear that green shirt a lot.
Wear the flowery shirt.
Usually the green one.
It's cold here, so I wore my Scotland jacket that shrunk in the closet.
Yeah, it was cold, but I decided to take my jacket off because when it's cold, that's what I'm wearing. And half the episodes, I'm wearing that.
That one.
So last night I was encouraging you to get your passport so you could go on some trips. Because this morning I was thinking it would be really fun. Cody and I went to Scotland a few years ago for us to go back and do
Pub tours?
Yeah, basically go to Glenlivet and everything that's up there and try out
Everything.
distillery tour. Yeah.
Do they in Scotland? Do they got like instead of the rickshaw, the Scottish guy that pushes you around in a wheelbarrow because you're going from stop to stop? Hey, what do you want to go next?
What?
Because I'm not going to be able to walk.
Because you're so hammered?
Yes.
Like right now?
No, last night I was. And you didn't even see that last night because it was the video games that did it.
Your 8th grade education astounds me. A rickshaw
Yeah.
and a wheelbarrow in Scotland.
No, instead of a rickshaw, they have wheelbarrows.
You're a bizarre little man. Everybody knows you ride around on Nessie from Loch Ness.
I'm up for that.
I'd go to Loch Ness,
Do they
get
put
hammered, and be
do
like,
they-
I saw Nessie!
Do they put a basket on the top of Nessie?
What's funny is when we went, we drove right by Loch Ness, and Cody missed the whole thing.
I did?
Yeah.
Was I napping?
Was he
Yes,
asleep?
I was probably napping.
Was it a bus trip?
Yeah.
We went from Edinburgh down to London and stopped at a bunch of places.
Hey, the tour group we usually
Nessie
go
came
with,
out and grabbed the bus and flipped it around, and then Cody woke up.
We all got home and took pictures with Nessie.
I still enjoyed my nap because the tour group we usually go with is like you hit the ground running. You get off the plane and you're immediately touring for the rest of the day.
Yeah, we flew into
and you're
Glasgow
just
and-
like, what?
Just walked
I'm
around
tired.
Glasgow for like 5 hours,
I think it was only a couple hours.
4 hours. And then we took a bus to Edinburgh and stayed there a few days, which is still one of my favorite places I've ever been to.
And at that time, they were setting up for some sort of royal event. They had bleachers up, and it was going to be in a week, or it was a week past. So it was a little obscured and under work.
In Edinburgh?
Yeah, they were setting up on the Mile Road or whatever that goes into the castle.
I don't remember.
They had bleachers set up, so kind of obscured some
Oh,
stuff.
I think
so
it
it'd be nice
was
to go back when there
the
wasn't.
Scottish, is it Tattoo? The big military band competition. It's in Edinburgh every year. I think that's what they were doing. Because we were there in the summer, and the Queen's got a house next to the castle, Edinburgh Castle. And she got to, but I don't think she was planning on coming out.
It was not going to be for a week or so. We had
Yeah, I
gotten
think it
there
was
before.
the Scottish. I think it's called Tattoo or something.
They thought I were coming, but then you had to break the news that I didn't have my passport. They had to
That's
cancel-
why they set up
they had to
bleachers.
cancel the whole thing.
But now we went to Ireland. They would let you in really quickly because they tried to reclaim all their leprechauns.
I want my gold back.
My Lucky Charms.
My Lucky Charms. Why are you laughing about my Lucky Charms?
That's one thing we haven't tried yet is any Irish whiskey.
Right behind Cody.
Oh, the Tullamore Dew?
Yep.
Let's do it.
That was last month's whiskey of the month at Total
That
Wine.
was a couple months ago because that was
Oh,
March's.
this is that
Yeah,
one.
this is March's.
I really want to try this one.
He keeps saying that about every bottle out there.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of interesting
I know. I come up and I want to drink something and I gotta get a rag and wipe the slobber off of it because he's all like, I want it.
That was you. You were looking in a mirror. So I do want more coffees. Or
So,
others.
speaking of challenges, the camera died out on us. It wasn't the camera, it was a memory card. We had to replace it. So, you're saying that He was doing what?
Oh, while you
What's
were
going
gone, he'd bring us Binky up here,
I don't have
and he would just circle the blanket with all the booze.
And Maggie.
I'm pretty sure you're still looking in a mirror.
I think he was having a romantic date with all the booze.
But
I still think that's a mirror.
he did say while I was changing out the camera card that he did come up and do a shot a day from different bottles.
Yeah.
Well, I had to train for the next episode.
And you never even offered, like, hey, Andy.
You came up the day before they got back and spent like an hour and a half up here.
I'm going to have to start locking my doors while I'm gone.
No, I came up and I got the
Teachers.
Shelly.
Shield egg.
Yeah, because I knew.
No one else is going to drink it.
And I polished it off.
All right, so let's wrap it up. But I do have a quick quiz for you. Where's the camera? I bet you're going to look at the TV.
Welcome, everybody.
So
We do need to put the TV right there.
Yeah.
we been having lots of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can't really tell, but I'm really enjoying myself and just this. What do you call it? Pinomia. Pinomia's been kicking my butt, and still busy at work. I probably went back to work about a week too soon.
And that just wears you out.
Yeah, I'm just always worn out. And then I had a couple friends over last night that kept me up late drinking and making videos, so that was kind of bad.
I know. I took a couple days off work when I was sick, and then I went back last Monday and Tuesday just wiped me out working. I was like,
Yeah.
and of course the house I'm working on has stairs, and it's just like,
And your little tiny legs are kind of difficult going up.
Having to
yeah, I
actually
have to
climb
take a
each
stool
step. Just
so
to get
I
to
can
the
take a
next
half
step.
step. It's terrible.
I'm glad he's a good sport on this stuff, unlike somebody else in their hands.
Look at the size of those things.
Blot out this camera.
It's just like, oh.
I'm just amazed at how one tiny little comment of a concerned cousin asking how my hands is turned into a bad thing.
About what, 3 or 4 years ago?
Yes!
You're
Alex just like, are you okay? Your hands look a little swollen, and then this happens.
gonna be on your deathbed, and it'll be like,
You'll
least
be
you
on
have
my
your big
gravestone.
hand.
I'll plan out my own gravestone, and then people will put a big hand instead of a regular
And the
gravestone.
mortician's going to look at you and say, we're going to need a bigger coffin for them hands.
and it's gonna have like 2 side things on there for those hands.
See, it explodes.
That's what you get for being your daddy's boy.
That's what we get for having you
Hey, we've
Wilson side.
had to live through this our whole entire life. It never ends, so we should see when we get together, like the old man's birthday party. That's something we should record.
Yeah.
Because it'd be terrible and we'd end up on the news.
Someone we'd all get arrested for abuse of each other. Everybody's like, I can't believe it.
Yeah, I think this part's going to have to be like a... Yep.
Okay, so let's close up. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Share the video. Send us any comments. Andy likes to say, check out Twitter, even though he doesn't update it. We have the blog, which will be updated. Let us know what you think, and remember, we're still taking donations for hearing aid.
What?
And this has been fun, and I hope we keep doing it forever.
I've been enjoying myself immensely in it. There's been a few times where it's like Saturday, I'm kind of like,
Tired.
oh, I don't want to make any episodes, but then I come up and we make them, and it was a good time.
Oh yeah, it's always a good time. Sometimes we don't eat.
And then that turns into hilariousness.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, we made 5 videos last night, but we're really
On 6
not like.
samples.
It's not like we're.
Coffee pot.
Coffee pot.
It's not like we're filling up those Glen
No,
Cairn
no,
and
no.
You know.
just pounding it down. It's like we're not even maybe sampling a shot. That's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes we refill.
Yeah, and then we did do the
We did
comparison.
Eat, we did eat yesterday.
Yeah,
we had
right
fruit
before.
flies.
That's true.
Oh yeah, that was. We're gonna try to do more episodes with the
fruit
fruit
fly.
fly.
So what was that?
That was the Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark, yeah.
And so that is going to be...
It's already aired, most likely.
Yeah, it's already aired, but it'll be episode
19.
It's,
So the one right before or the one
No,
2 before?
it's a couple back, but just a few episodes back. Yeah, the fruit flies. It was good times. Good times.
Give it a nice meaty flavor.
I was a little disappointed that the fruit flies stayed in the bottle and nobody drank them.
I wasn't, because I had the last bit, and I'm glad they stayed in the bottle.
All right, so we're going to cut this because we're probably close to an hour now.
Yeah.
So,
Or more.
Yeah. To like and subscribe and
Smash that like
Cheers.
button. Isn't that what they say? You gotta smash that like button.
drink.
How about just press the button so people don't sue us for breaking their phone?
No, they say smash it.
And then they break their phone.
Drink responsibly. Have coffee.
Yeah. And tell all your friends to drink responsibly and watch our videos.
Don't do what Andy says. He does.
What?
Yeah, don't eat the riverboat alcohol that you were talking about.
Oh, that is.
The dirty sock vodka.
Huh?
Dirty sock vodka.
I wish I knew what that was because I would definitely.
Not drink it again?
No, I would get it, and it would be the worst stuff we'd ever have on this channel. I think.
That's when it cuts halfway through the episode because they got so hammered and just start rambling on.
So, again, we're going to cut this episode short. We'll see you later.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Shut up,
Bye.
Cody.
You shut up. You started it.
You started it.
Cheers.
Laters.
Oh, here.
What's yours, Cody? Later.
An empty cup.
That's what you always say.
I say cheers. He says later. What's yours?
Empty cup.
Can you have some more?
Please, sir. May I have some more?
Bye.